Could you state the question one more time, Mr. Harden?
Yes. My question is, I'm asking, what is the danger in the policy of these things, which goes directly to why they were going to be concerned about releasing this information to Mr. Paul?
Again, safety concerns are paramount. You never want to compromise the identity or the safety of witnesses. And certainly, when I was reviewing files, and I only reviewed files that had what you might call hair on them, or files, in this instance, that didn't have hair on it, but at the request of the Attorney General. There were files where witness identity, sex crime victims in particular, might be revealed. Those were always very concerning. We want to make sure those were properly dealt with.
Yeah. Mr. Bangert, do your decisions when you were making these open records requests, if you're not careful about how you do it, are you ever concerned about your setting a precedent that would even be worse than the individual case you're looking at?
Precedent is very important to the Open Records Division. We want to be rigorous in ensuring consistency to the utmost. We want to ensure that as we apply the law, it is applied evenly and consistently for all Texans.
Well, then, if in fact you release the information that Mr. Paul and his attorneys were seeking, that would have given you, what kind of information would that have given them, the person under investigation?
I was very deeply concerned, in particular, about what it would have done to our precedent to overrule the law enforcement exception applied in this case being the reconsideration motion I was asked to review by the Attorney General, because there was a probable cause affidavit in play. Not only that, a probable cause affidavit subject to a federal seal that was part of an active, ongoing, multi-agency investigation. That would have been, in my view, a very poor precedent for us to set and would have disrupted law enforcement activities in the state of Texas.
Did it include what we commonly call offense reports, in which identifying data of the officers and the witnesses were included?
I'm not familiar with that term, but certainly...
Forget the officer. Let me give you, excuse me for interrupting. Let me see if I can give you another term. Would it have included memos about what happened and by whom and who did what, so that personal identifying data would be in there about law enforcement and anybody else, witnesses?
Certainly, law enforcement exception covers documents that contain personally identifying information for law enforcement and witnesses.
And would that file, that would also include the names and addresses potentially of victims
Objection,
or witnesses?
Proper foundation, Your Honor. This witness hasn't laid the foundation to establish he has knowledge of the file.
I'm simply asking what all is there that they're trying to protect.
Overruled.
Thank you.
There's a whole panoply of information that could be included within documents covered by the law enforcement exception.
So when this was over, well, let me ask you this. During your deliberations about this matter in January of 2020, did you have any contact with the Attorney General about it?
I did.
And what was the nature of that? When, where,
certainly,
how, what?
Initially, the Attorney General asked me to review the motion for reconsideration. Unusual in the sense that he typically did not involve himself in open records requests, but he is the Attorney General, and I certainly wanted to honor and fulfill that request, so I reviewed it carefully, and I very quickly reached the conclusion that the decision was correct, and I advised him of such.